Now I'm going to tell you something about Mark Hennessy that I didn't tell you before he spoke, because he might not have come out to speak. So I'm going to tell you something about Mark you don't know. Before all this occurred, Mark was a Republican, registered Republican. When this started to occur, not just now and last year, but 6 and 8 years ago, he said, I had enough. And he came over to join the ranks, and now he's a party chairman in Pinellas County. Before I bring on my next speaker, how many social studies teachers here? There are a few. But we all read the papers, we all keep up. I'm going to give you a current events question. Today is March 15th? Okay, current events. March 15th, 1493. What happened? What was the headlines in the papers? March 15th, 1493. Somebody said it. Yes. It says Columbus returns. Columbus returned to Spain March 15th, 1493. And he said, it's a great land over there. We can have wonderful things happen over there. And guess what? It did, and it did happen. But now it's falling on us to keep it happening and prevent others from taking away the American dream. The guy with the hat from Louisville, Kentucky, hold up the sign. Right there. See this gentleman? Turn around. I'm going to embarrass him. He worked for Lyndon Johnson in Louisville, Kentucky before he retired. So we forgave him for losing Kentucky when Adlai Stevenson ran. Our next speaker is really doing something about jobs. Really doing something about jobs. He's the president of Shield Insurance, which is right down here on 19. He bemoans the loss of business and jobs in the northern Pinellas area, and he's doing something about it. He's going to have a rally on Enterprise in 19 on March 29th for jobs. But he's here in support of teachers, public employees, and most of all kids, because they're the ones who suffer. Cut all the other people you want. It gives our kids less help, whether it's policemen, firemen, teachers, and certainly returning veterans, who we not only owe it to, it's just the moral right to look after their interests. I'll introduce you to the president of Shield Insurance, Gordon Chernecky. And Gordon, hold up your sign so they see where you stand. A businessman who recognizes the importance of teachers.
Good evening, everybody. Teachers, we need today, we need tomorrow. And you write down this date. And it's the second Tuesday in November for 2012. Because teachers vote. And we let them know now that we're getting ready for 2012. And you can tell Jeb Bush and Rick Scott to take their vouchers to use to buy cars, not for teachers, okay? And that's where we stand. We are in the election period now. This area has declined around here. Trickle-down economics doesn't work. I drive down Gulf to Bay, what do I see? Prostitute hotels, tattoo parlors. Go drive down Missouri Avenue. What do you have there? Their economy's not working. It's for the rich. We're in the 5th year of the Bush tax cuts. What has it done to this area? It's gone down every year. But just remember, talk to your colleagues. Get with the people who just spoke. And remember, in November, that's going to be the motto for teachers. Get rid of these idiots like Rick Scott and Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio and the state representatives who don't represent teachers. Teachers are the backbone of this country. They're going to be here today. They're going to be here tomorrow. And take your vouchers for used cars, not for teachers. Thank you. Oh, the 29th is our jobs rally. It's to get more jobs locally for the infrastructure and rebuilding of trade with Central and South America, rebuilding the canal, and trying to open up Cuba for jobs locally. So it's an idea that we came up with to create 10 to 20,000 new jobs in Pinellas County. And we're going to knock the socks off of these Republicans because trickle-down economics doesn't work, and it hasn't worked here.
What time is it? What time is it?
4:30 to 6:30.
4:30 to 6:30, March 29th, at Enterprise in 19, where that bridge is they built for the bikes to go over. Just before we conclude, I know I gave you one history lesson. I have another one. Someone gave me a quote today, knowing that this was going on, and stumped me, sent me to Google. I'm going to ask her, this Shelley Leonard, to come back up and give you the quote. And I want you to think about who made this supportive quote.
Can anybody tell me who said, and I quote, "Where public unions are lost, where collective bargaining is lost, there freedom is lost." You are absolutely right. It was Ronald Reagan.
1981, in front of the Statue of Liberty.
Mark mentioned the need to scream. We don't just need to scream. We need to cry with the soul's cry of right versus wrong. We need to squall with the life-loving, freedom-loving squall of the newborn baby. We need to holler to the rafters. Don't let them take the American dream away.
I want to thank Shelley again for putting this together for us. And that's what we needed, someone 4'0" to come out and tell us to stand up. It's about 20 after 6. We're going to ask you if you could stay another 10 or 15 minutes and move our signs back up to the front. I thank you, and if anybody out